Hello, my crafty friends. Today I'm sharing my card for Karen Burniston's Designer Challenge. This is for the April 2022 Designer Challenge, and she challenged her design team to use flowers on their project. I opted to make a Mother's Day card, and I have lots and lots of flowers on my card. So my card is larger than A2, folded it is 6 inches by 4.5 inches and fits in a standard A6 envelope for mailing. I used some older pattern papers from my stash. I've been trying to use this up. It's the Flower Market from Cartabella. I've had it for several years and I've really been making an effort to use it up this spring, and I'm making very good progress on that. The Happy Mother's Day is by Karen Burniston. All of the dies that I've used today are by Karen Burniston. They are linked on my blog, and my blog is linked in that description box below. So the Happy Mother's Day also comes with the shadow. So I've cut the shadow out of a pink kind of dotted pattern paper from the package, and then cut the Happy Mother's Day itself from a gold pearl cardstock and added one of those amazing mirrored hearts that I have been adding to everything. I absolutely love them. They are by Cat Scrappiness, and they are also linked on my blog. I love how they disappear into the background until they catch the light, and then it's like, pow, this big sparkle. So I did leave the front very simple, other than a panel of pattern paper and the Happy Mother's Day, because there's so much fun and action going on inside. So the main die that I used for my card today is, of course, the Garden Bench pop-up. I cut it from brown patterned paper, also included in the package, and then die cut the top and the bottom edge one more time just to give a little bit of contrast on the top and bottom edges. The flower pots and the greenery comes from the Garden Charms. And I die cut the greenery twice for each flower pot, once from a lighter green cardstock and once from a darker green cardstock. The pots themselves, the lighter ones, they are cut from an older Hero Arts packaging, stamp packaging. I liked the color on it, and there was like a 4x6 piece behind the stamps. So I've kept it, and worked out nicely for my flower pots. And you can see I've got them stacked in behind the garden bench as well. The flowers, I used the smallest flowers from the Flower and Bee set. So both the little flower and the flower centers, they cut 2 at a time. So that made that go a lot faster, and I used scraps for almost everything else. The greens, the browns, everything I used on my card today, including this front panel, were cut from either scraps or leftover bits and pieces. So I didn't cut into a full sheet of anything for my card today, just using things up. The butterflies and that sweet little fairy and the snail come from the Backyard Charms. And then my signing block here is the crosshatch labels. So they have such a nice detail, and they alternate crosshatch and straight edges, and the straight edge gives you an embossed detail around the edge. The garden bench comes with an included pop-up to animate pillows, but you can see I've used them here to pop up a flower pot on the bench, and then I also added some garden gloves and a spade from the Garden Charms. Finally, the sentiment, "It's your special day all day," is from Better With Age by Penny Black. It's a stamp set I'm getting a lot of use out of. So the card does fold quite flat. It's not overly heavy, would mail for a single stamp. However, I will be hand delivering it to our daughter for Mother's Day. I did not do an assembly video for the Garden Bench pop-up. Karen Burniston already has an amazing assembly video, and if you have the Garden Bench die, then you will have already probably watched her video to see how to assemble your die. And I prefer to show you different ways that you can use the dies. Please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed my video today. That really does help me out on YouTube. And subscribe to see more. And that's it for me today.